This is Jesse Austin, and I'm here with my co-host Carla Lenk of SCORE with another episode of Community Business Matters. Our guest today is Meredith Kleker, who is Executive Director of the Wisconsin Rapids Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, and she's going to give us some background on what the organization does, how it ties into the economic development of this area, and particularly how it might relate to entrepreneurship and helping out in that area as well. So, Meredith, perhaps you could begin by just telling us a little bit about the Bureau.
Well, thank you for having me here. The Wisconsin Rapids Area Convention and Visitors Bureau is a 501c6 organization, and we were incorporated in 2001. Our mission is to promote the Wisconsin Rapids area to bring in visitors as a business and leisure destination for economic prosperity for the community and for businesses.
I just heard I read in the paper that Wood County has been picked as an award for being one of the best counties in the state to move to. Let's hope that we have more than retirees so that we have some young people that would be entrepreneurial.
Well, I think that's where we play a role, because it all starts with a visit. So one of the ways that we impact, I think, entrepreneurship and just the economics of the area is that people come for a visit. We have amazing resources here, natural resources with the river and the lakes, and we have a vibrant arts community here. We have lots of things that are appealing to people of all ages. So it starts with a visit, and then they like it, and then maybe they get a cabin, and then maybe they decide they want to live here, and it builds from there. So it's been said that tourism is the first date of economic development.
I believe it, yes.
So what specific ways do you go about attracting these visitors?
Our focus is really outside of Wisconsin Rapids. It's to bring people who have never been here before to our area. So our focus is we work with convention and convention planners and meeting planners. We work with sports organizations to bring in teams. We work with, an example is we do WIAA. We host the state gymnastics meet. We host the state cross country meet here. We work with leisure planners and meeting executives to bring groups in and experience Wisconsin Rapids.
I wanted to ask you, do you also go into the areas of Port Edwards and Nakusa and work with them? I know the chamber does.
Absolutely. No, our area, that's a really good question. Our area is defined as South Wood County. So there is another Convention and Visitors Bureau that we work well with in Marshfield. And so our area is South Wood County. So yes, all of those areas, Pittsville and Nakusa and Barron.
Do you do Rome then too, because that's Adams County?
We used to do Rome, and we still represent the great things in Rome, like Syracuse and Sand Valley and some of the lodging properties that are there. We list them as a service to visitors, but actually the town of Rome has its own Convention and Visitors Bureau now called Visit Rome. So we partner with them, we work with them, and we like to work with them, but we don't say that we represent them in our materials anymore because they have their own.
Okay, all right. What about Sand Valley? Do you see that as one of the things that has been built within the last couple of years that will bring people from all over the world into the area?
I believe it already is. I don't know about the world, but I know about the states. The airport reports that it's bringing that a high percentage of the traffic into the airport is coming for Sand Valley. So, and that helps this area because they currently don't have the lodging to support all the people. So, and they also have ancillary, all the caddies and other services there that benefit our area. And they fly into Southwood, Alexander Field, Southwood County Airport.
And their private jets.
But then they need to get to Sand Valley, so they use local transportation services to get to Sand Valley.
Is there a public access transportation that they can get a hold of? I know taxis, but is there a van now from?
There is, I believe
Valley?
There's a business that's started that actually that kind of caters to Sand Valley and goes from Sand Valley and back to the airport and back. So it spawned some business ventures.
A long time ago, there was a gentleman that had limos that was thinking about doing that, but nothing had been built yet. It was still in pure, sand and poor pine, I guess you would call it. So nothing had been done at that time, but he thought that was a good idea, but I don't know if he ever did anything.
Someone's doing it, and I'm sure there's room for more. They report lots and lots of business. I mean, they're just growing by leaps and bounds out there. So,
Do they have all 3 courses done now?
I haven't had the privilege of touring yet. I'm hoping to. The weather's warmer now, so I'm hoping to tour. I know that they are launching grass tennis courts too, so not just golf.
Wow.
So they have a grass tennis court program too.
So is this a year-round proposition where you're going to these different areas to invite folks to sample what?
Absolutely, absolutely. My job is full-time, and I like it that way. It's probably more than full-time, but we're a small office. There's just 2 of us. So I'm the executive director, and Morgan Simon is the marketing communications director. And our mission is to attract visitors. So our job is tourism and tourism development. We're the destination management organization for this area. So and that's a full-time job because there's lots of great things to promote here. And there's lots of groups out there that don't know we're here. So we spend a lot of time sending out. We do a visitor's guide that we produce every year, and so far around 19,000 copies of that have gone out since January. So it goes in the rest areas. It goes out to other convention and visitors bureaus, and we get requests. We get several a week. Asking about what's in the area. So we have an online version of our directory, which is our website. It's Visit West Rapids, and it is an ongoing listing of not only our great accommodations and taxis and travel and the airports, but also events. And local groups can put events up there as they wish, as they happen, and they're doing that.
You have a pretty active social media presence.
We have a Facebook page for Visit Wisconsin Rapids, and it gets a lot of traffic. We also have a Facebook page for our retail collaborative venture, Local on First. So it has its own Facebook page as well.
I'm glad you brought that up because could you explain a little bit more about that? Because one of the things that you're promoting when you bring visitors here is about buying local.
Absolutely.
And so could you explain a little bit more about
Absolutely.
that venture?
Local on First is a unique partnership between the artists in our area and the independent business owners and the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So it's a retail space. It's located in the historic Ham Building, which is right along the river on 1st and 2nd Streets. And so we have all kinds of wonderful items in there that are sold on a consignment basis. So it benefits the visitor because all the items are made or sourced locally, or they're branded for Wisconsin or Wisconsin Rapids. And it benefits the visitor because they get to take home mementos of their trip and hopefully encourage people to come back here. It benefits the artists and the businesses because it's providing them a source where people can obtain their products. And it benefits the community because the dollars are staying here.
Excellent.
So we're hopeful. It's just finished its first year, but it's doing well.
Glad to hear that.
So that's a way we kind of, I think, help or endeavor to help entrepreneurs in the area.
Yeah, because the downtown area, as they call it, the downtown area, that would be north of the river on West Grand, is looking pretty dismal at this point in time. There's a lot of vacancies, just plain, some of it is just sand, and some of it's that little park, but there's nothing really there.
I think there's plans for the park, and I know there's construction on West Grand, on East Grand now. That's going to continue. That
you can't get any
that we're all going to be experiencing. So yeah, the Jackson Bridge is going to become more popular. So that'll help. I mean, I'm told that the infrastructure hasn't been worked on for many years, so they're going to do that while they improve the road. So that'll be good. It'll be really nice when it's done. It's going to be a little inconvenient in the meantime, but we'll we'll be okay.
So in the course of your activities, do you coordinate with other entities in the area, like, for example, the Chamber of Commerce and the city itself?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's important for us to work with our partners because we're stronger together. So absolutely. And we have a parallel mission. You know, the Chamber is here supporting businesses, and those businesses are integral to what we do. When a visitor comes in, and we're grateful to all of our businesses, to the employees, but when a visitor comes in, it's about the experience. That's what they remember, good or bad, but that's what they remember. They may not remember what the room looked like in the hotel they stayed at, and they may not remember exactly what they had for dinner, but they're going to remember if there was someone who treated them really well, or was teasing them and giving them an experience. So experiences are really important, and our businesses help provide that. So it's crucial and very important to us. July is going to be full of thousands of visitors the whole month of July. We have the 4th of July. The next weekend we have the summer Bonspiel. They put ice down in the Southwood County Rec Center and do a summer Bonspiel that brings teams from all over the Midwest.
Wow.
And then the trap shooting is that same week. The next week is the aqua skiers, and the week after that we have a national BMX coming to Wisconsin Rapids, and
That's the bikes.
the bicycles, and they only do 30 in North America, and we're one of them. So
Wow.
There are going to be lots and lots of people. And I just found out from our counterparts in Stevens Point that they have a bunch of things going on the same time. So Wausau may actually benefit from some of our visitors because
get your room early because otherwise you're not going to have one.
Get your room, yeah. July's going to be packed already, so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So
makes your job a lot easier.
it does. Well, it does. That when we get busy like that, then my job is communicating with the lodging properties and the business owners, the retail, especially the restaurants and the retail, to just so you know, there's going to be lots of groups coming, so to prepare them a little bit. So
About the entrepreneurship aspect, because I don't know if you're familiar with SCORE.
I am. I actually utilize SCORE. I sometimes joke about my former lives, careers, but I owned a small business, gourmet coffee bagel ice cream shop, and I reached out to SCORE, and they were the first people to say, okay, you need a business plan, you need a marketing plan, you need, cash flow. They were very honest and very helpful because I was a new business owner, and
The dream is there.
and sometimes, especially for people who are creative, and the dream is there, but the practicality of what you need and that was valuable and important. Yeah, no, like I said, I learned all of that from going to a couple SCORE workshops that were very valuable. So what you do is really important. I don't know if people realize it, but they have to come first to see it, but it's important.
Well, they always go home with assignments, you know what that means.
I remember that the cash flow, I had no idea. I had no idea how to start that, and it was really a good exercise. It was really valuable.
So are there any future plans afoot for new directions for the Convention and Visitors Bureau to go into in the near future?
We're in a strategic planning process right now. Our board of directors is working on determining, it's always a good idea to kind of review where you've been and where you want to go, and so we're in that process right now. But we do want to continue to attract groups, especially groups that we're suited for. We're centrally located for all of Wisconsin, but also the region, the Midwest region. We are a great location to be for conventions and businesses and meetings. Also, too, for real popular areas, sports, attracting youth sports, adult sports, but attracting tournaments and teams and that kind of thing is an area as well. And another area we're looking at is having sort of destination packages. So a cranberry one might be one in the fall. So, and we've done that before, but we're looking at that as well.
Okay. So I should point out that Meredith is a native Wisconsinite, but you do have an interesting story to tell about, and it speaks to the fact that this is such an attractive place to live. Could you tell us about your background before you came to to become Executive Director of the
Sure.
Convention and Visitors Bureau?
I am a Wisconsin native. I visited here as a child. I have a great aunt and uncle, had a great aunt and uncle that lived on Baker Street. And so I am an example of a visitor who turned resident because I like the area a lot. And then I've spent the last 30 years in Florida. So, and I moved here in December on purpose because I like it here. And I enjoy seasons of weather better than seasons of traffic, and I just miss the spirit and the people, and I miss Wisconsin. So I'm very excited to be back.
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you.
You came here just in time for this inordinately.
I did. Yeah, the polar vortex, and I was here for all that.
Thing.
Yeah.
So would you like to leave our audience with any final words regarding the Wisconsin Rapids Area Visitor Convention and Visitors Bureau and how it contributes to our area?
I want to thank you for the opportunity to be able to talk to people and let people know that we're here as a resource. So we're here to help if you have a group coming in. I had someone call me about a class reunion and they needed to send out guides so people could find places to stay. We're here as a resource for the people in our community and also for the people outside of our community. So we welcome feedback. Stop in and see us. Our office is on 131 2nd Street North, and just stop in and visit us and check out Local Law First.
Great. Carla, did you have any other thoughts?
No, I think that kind of covers everything that I wanted to know about the convention center and making sure that everyone else knows that that's a resource they should be able to go to.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, again, thank you very much, Meredith, for joining us. Again, this has been Meredith Kleker, the Executive Director of the Wisconsin Rapids Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. And thank you very much for joining us.
It's truly my pleasure. Thank you.
And on behalf of my co-host, Carla Lenk, and myself, we thank you for tuning in and look forward to seeing you next month.